Okay, welcome back to Distant Nights continuation, episode 5. Despite the fact it still says 6 at the top of my screen because I haven't fixed that yet. So, who wants to do a recap? Because last week was interesting.
I did it last week, so fuck that.
Okay, so that's Lewis. Thank you for volunteering. Who would you like to choose to do the recap this week?
Okay, you.
Let's go with Netcable.
Netcable!
I fucking knew it, you bastard.
Yeah, first name I saw.
Yeah, sure.
You're up.
We docked into a ship. We messed around with it a little bit because we weren't entirely certain there was an atmosphere. Eventually, we ended up in a elevator shaft. I fucked up my arm. Then a kid blew up the elevator. We went down. We entered a room. There were 4 robots. Killed all of them. Then more robots showed up and blew up a chunk of the ship.
Okay. It's not a ship, so that's a good start.
Station.
Right, yes.
Station.
I didn't know any of what you told for some reason, but I did know that we were in a station, not a ship. The fuck?
Right. So...
You passed out.
Yeah, you may have
Okay.
done. So, do you remember why you're here? Go back more than one episode. Take it from the very top. What's the story so far in 2 minutes? Good.
We got a map location, right? We went to the ring world and we infiltrated it.
Yes.
We found a bunch of dead bodies in closets. Found a map, left, and then the location was of the station.
Yes, that's what you found. You found coordinates for where the station would be, or where it would be orbiting. You found it in orbit. You don't entirely know why you're here, but you were paid 500,000 credits, or offered 500,000 credits upon completion to find where this rabbit hole goes, as they say. That's the exact quote they gave you.
Yargon.
Yes.
While I remember this, what are these drones using to kind of keep themselves up and moving and stuff like that?
They appear to have...
Very long legs.
You are actually in zero gravity, so...
Still, I think it's hilarious this way.
There's always that. There are some kinds of minor thrust systems that essentially they work for keeping speeders up, and they don't have much power, but you can move things like drones around with them. They don't appear to have any exhaust. It's a type of impulse engine, if you know what that is.
Kind of anti-gravity.
It's not quite an anti-gravity.
It's a thruster.
It's like a thruster, but it doesn't actually have a thruster part on it. It's just a component somewhere inside the thing that lets it sort of hover and move around, and is just weirdly convenient. But also they're really small and you can't upscale them, because past a certain mass they kind of break.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can get some later. Step by.
Yes. They're not too complex to build. You could build one. It's just
okay.
And yeah. You don't know how well these have survived, considering a lot of these have been blown up, chopped in half, or stabbed.
Yeah.
Or shot through the center with a fucking railgun.
Q. Okay.
So, yeah. So, we return to the action. Where we left off, which was at the top of the combat round, just before I shot at Netcable. Well, I don't shoot at anyone. Before one of the drone... Hello? Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Before this drone here shoots at thingy, and I'm going to stall for time where I realise I forgot to open the character sheet for these things, and have to go through and be like, oops, I didn't do that. NPC sheet, build one, NPCs, auto-sentry. Whoop.
You're great at stalling.
No, wonderful. It's a skill that I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, is this the... Yes, alright, so, found it. Why are you glitching? Dunno. Okay, so yeah, this one that is, I believe, completely behind you at this point, is going to attempt to fire at you. and it's obviously going to use its thing, so it is that. It is going to take an aim action, so is it proficient with that? It is. No, it's not actually. Plus just simply +5. Okay. That's a super critical.
Okay. I don't even need to check my sheet. Yeah, you fucking blasted me.
Super critical doesn't necessarily hit. But
But it did.
29 does. So
Yeah.
It must be 31.
no, it's only +2.
It's only +2. Alright, I was sure if you get 2 +1s.
No, you don't get it.
+2s.
You don't get both of them. It's only 1 +2. But yeah, were it a check, it would auto succeed. Obviously not with a attack roll, just because it's actually way more common than a tiny on a d5. Anyway, so that is, I believe it's double damage on a super. No, is it? Yes, yes. On a super critical, it is. So that is gnarly.
That's a big oof.
And hang on. Let me check the wording, because it's either double damage or did they get the double damage on the +1? I never remember this. And
It's double damage on that one.
and then it's just the +1 on the other, and they don't
+1
stack,
on the
right?
other.
Yeah.
They don't stack.
Yeah. Let me just
Because if they stack, that would be fucking broke.
Either way, I'm fucked, but
Yes.
a little less fucked.
Yeah. Okay. So it is simply 40, not 44, 46, which is a lot of fire damage. You take
Am I about to lose a limb?
14 points of fire damage. No, you're not about to lose a limb, as it didn't roll great, but not badly. You take 14 points of fire damage off your stun as this like blast from
Average.
behind you.
Do I get to use my EV or not my my EA on this?
Yes, you do. If you,
do I roll that again?
I believe it was
6 for each one, and on a 5 or a 6, you just about 1.
yeah, or a D3 works, and then it's only on a 3, if you want to do it that way.
Alright. So yeah, a D3 you said.
That works. You've got 1, yeah.
I got 2.
Then 2D3.
Okay, 2D3. 2, 2D3.
Okay,
So
so
you take that
you take that by
2,000.
1. Yeah, so that is 13 points of fire damage you take as this like a scorching bolt of like superheated plasma essentially blasts into the back of you, and it is this one has not moved, so it is going to then take a base movement. It's going to move 3 meters. It's your turn. You're up. What would you like
Okay.
to do? How would you like to kill my poor pitiful NPCs today?
Well, I'm assuming I get flanking if I'm here.
Yes, you will do, because 9 degree rule.
Right, yeah. Well, I will be flanking, and I'm going to stippity stab.
Go for
And,
it. You want
That's
to get
agility?
yeah, agility for swords, yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Swords.
Okay. You said you were saying
is
something?
it? You don't have what do you call it, extra attack, do you?
No.
Right, okay.
Why?
I'm just wondering if you make 1 attack or 2. I'm trying to think. I know there was someone who was like, oh, I need to pick that up, and I think it was you.
Oh yeah, I do, but I haven't got that yet.
Yeah.
We haven't got XP
So it is
yet.
Yes.
Yeah, we still not got XP.
You
Like,
did-
very nicely on the way.
I believe you
fucking hell, is it?
did get some
No.
Did we?
on the way
Didn't
over.
Give us it.
Nope.
Oh, you were supposed. Well, you were supposed to. So at the end of this session, you're gonna get crapped on.
Woo.
We didn't get told that we were meant to get some.
Oof.
Woo! Yeah, that's a critical. That will hit. That's an 8 and a 12 and a 12 and an 8. That'll
That's,
do. That's 25. So yeah, +1 damage. Nice.
Okay. And how do I roll damage again? Oh yeah.
Uh,
Fuck, I need to note down what the sword does.
Yes, that would be a good idea. I'm trying to find the rules here, because it's got to be in here somewhere. Actually, it doesn't have to be in here somewhere. My rules are a fucking mess. Well, work
2d6.
2d6, nice.
Yeah, for a plasma blade it's 2d6.
2d6 +1. Nice. That's plasma blade's like fire damage? No, it is still slashing, isn't it?
Slashing.
Yeah. It's like heated slashing. It's probably d6 slashing, d6 fire, but whatever.
What the fuck is that? Wow.
Slicer.
Do you have the slicer perk?
Yeah, wait.
We roll one of
Believe.
them.
Yes, I can.
Then-
Yeah, because I have Slicer 1.
Then yes,
So
I believe you can re-roll the 1.
Reroll
Uh,
one.
Just one of them.
The
Yeah.
1, yeah. Any 1s on
Right,
the damage dice.
Alright. So there's D6 then.
Yeah, just so d6. So that's 3 plus... That's a bit better. So 7. Okay, yeah, so you deal 7 points of slashing damage as you try and, like, slice your blade towards this. And it manages to somewhat duck out of the way, but you get a solid hit, like, cleaving into the side of it as it pulls away from you. That seems to be a pretty gnarly hit. Is that you?
Yes, that's...
Okay. It is Ray's turn. Okay, let me roll a thing, actually. Oh, for God's sake. Right, hang on. I'm gonna... I probably should have mentioned at the top of the episode, just to myself taking notes, that, Lilo isn't here.
Lilo's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And therefore I will be, not Jaegering, but I will be piloting, Rai for now. Yeah. Well, Jaegering's different, innit? Because that's when you get 2 people to do it. Which is, I think, what should be
I mean,
our...
I can help you with it. But...
yeah, well, it would be our standard, but I think we need to get a bit further in before we can sort of do that.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm trying to find people's distant nights. It's in this folder. I'm trying to find a character sheet, because I need to roll a thing. Character sheets. Right. Because her character sheet is up. She printed it. Right, okay, so that is +4. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Damn it!
Oh, right, and she has German written all over her sheet. 11.
Just
Okay.
German?
Ah,
or
scheiße.
Yeah,
Like-
just the word German.
the language?
Auf Deutsch.
Okay, the word.
No.
There's also like a weird star on the sheet for some reason.
Oh,
I don't know.
God.
Hex. That is also a thing that you should probably remind me of at some point, Netcable.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, what is her full move? Has
What,
she...
the star?
I don't remember if she's moved this turn.
Yes, she has.
Yes,
She has. I think she's used a full movement, haven't she? So...
She's used full movement and a sprint.
Yeah, she's used... Okay, so she's got 2 more move actions. She's gonna...
No, she's got one more, surely.
No, because you get movement plus 3 movement actions.
Oh, is it alright?
Yeah, because it's over a lot of turns. The idea is for when you get perks, and you could get it up into the 50s in your initiative, which is how I want it 50 to be sort of like high level. That's the cap you're going to reach, is like up in the high 50s for initiative. There's a bit of insight into how fucking many rounds you may go per one thing. So her speed is something I cannot read. Plus
What is it saying?
something +2. I assume she's deluxe, so it'll be 10 + 2, I assume. Oh no, because she has a thing, so it'll be 11 + 2. That's what that will be, so 13, because she's got a perk. So she is going to, sprint.
Oh.
Yeet. Kit, you see Ray seems to be panicking quite drastically. And yeah, non-combatants, she's not... You get the sense she's not really used to being up this close to things, and it is not her style. And she sort of panics and runs away. Hey.
Real fix the fucking lighting thing.
Yes, well, it's your turn. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, from what I can see from the explosion and what I can hear,
Yes.
Is it a big hole? Is it tiny small holes?
I mean, it's not a massive hole, but that doesn't mean it's not lacerated on 1,000 points. To tell how bad it is, you'd have to go over there and essentially make an inspection of it. You'd have to take an action to have a look.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So, this is what I'm gonna try to do this. As we are in 0G, Kit is gonna jump over here.
Right.
And kind of just still be floating.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just let go of the ground. Turn around, take out the chain laser, his waifu, and trust in her pushing personality to get
Okay.
him to the other side.
I will remind you that she is a laser weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it have recoil at all?
No.
Not really, no.
Oh.
The recoil would be sideways because the only recoil you're getting off an optical weapon is it kicking empty shells out the side. Essentially. Unfortunately, the waifu doesn't have any kickback because she is an optical weapon.
Yeah. Mm.
Have a wee bit, but not much.
Not a noticeable amount.
Yeah, not a noticeable amount, but it'll be
God damn
to
it.
some degree, because
Technically, yes, but not enough.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna get moving a bit closer then. Like here somewhere. I think that's...
Okay. So you're just,
fuck it.
just kicking off and floating back, yeah?
Floating back.
Are you still going to attempt to gun down the one in front of you?
Yeah, I'm still gonna gun down this one.
Okay, and that's full auto?
Yeah, because I
Awesome.
can't do anything else.
Go ahead. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's full auto 20 as well, so you can make a lot of hits if you roll well.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make that roll.
Expertise.
Yes.
Plus
And yes, I have.
5.
You can take a... Yes. No. Can you take an aim action with... Yes, that was removed. Yeah, I think you can take an aim action as well for +1.
No, I want to do my smaller action to kind of validate what the fuck is happening with the other side. I see if I can.
Okay,
fix this.
then yeah, you can
Yeah.
go ahead and just make an attack then.
17. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, 17
11
anti-critical.
and 1.
That is, however... This thing is not against you, and it is... Okay, that is 3 degrees of success. So that is 3 hits. Which...
Nice.
Yeah. Which means you make a number of hits. Basically, you roll the damage 3 times.
So three.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, 3d4.
So 3d4, yeah.
5.
Oof. Yeah.
That's terrible.
It is, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, you lay into this this thing, but even with your 0G training that you've had, you don't unfortunately have all the equipment you need, and trying to shoot at it essentially through a window while moving in 0G and it's trying to dodge you. You do manage to score a trio of hits, but they're unfortunately not as powerful as you would have hoped. But you do manage to hit it as you sort of float back and then spin back around.
Spin back around. I think I have like a couple more.
Move what, like 5 meters? This
Yeah.
time? Yeah. I need to make 0G movement rules.
Yeah, I think I can move there if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah. It'll be the same as Starship rules.
I like for you
Yeah,
to put it in 0G, and then it's, oh, probably should make 0G rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I see the
Lois, let's have this.
observations?
You can go ahead and make a perception check if you'd like. It's wisdom. To see what you can see essentially from here.
Okay.
You'd have to be closer to properly, like, essentially make an investigation check.
Yeah.
You have to be right up to it. But go
Um.
ahead, make a perception. See if you can tell how bad it is.
No expertise and a -1.
Oof.
Yeah, when I'm not wise, man.
8. You see a number of what look like they might lead through, like tears in some of the wall paneling here. It's this sort of ceramo metallic type wall plating, and it's got a number of like tears and holes, but it's really quite chewed up around where the grenade is went off. So you can't, unfortunately, you can't actually make out which ones go through and which ones don't. You can't tell quite how bad it is. It does appear to not be one large hole. You do, it's not one large hole, and it's not got a number of holes, and it's nothing you could stick a finger through, at least. You can tell that much,
Okay.
but beyond that,
There's smaller holes, right?
there are smaller holes, but you can't tell quite how bad that is.
Question.
Yes.
For just the next turn, basically. I have the emergency EVA suit. on me.
Yes, you do. I believe.
Can that be deployed as kind of on a remote, and can if I put that on in that area, would that stop all the air leaking out, and it would not rip through the or
It
do
cannot-
something bad to the walls?
It can't be deployed on a remote. However, you don't have to be wearing it. It's a device that will basically clip to anything that you want to clip it to. You can stick it to the floor if you want. You can walk through that sphere, which is fine. Which obviously will cause a leak as you try and walk through it, but that's not your concern here. It's hard to say, but theoretically yes, if you can encompass the full thing. But it is only gonna take up 1 meter, essentially. It's a sphere, 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters. No, it's not. It's a meter by a meter. What am I talking about? So it'll be 2 meters, essentially. Essentially a 2x2 square. Anywhere on the map you can place that circle. Cool. You can definitely try that.
Cool. Not a squircle?
Not a squircle. Lexie, it's your turn.
Right then. After literally just hearing grenades go off and then a hiss, Lexie's going to quickly go over the comms. Hey guys, what was that? Is that something we need to concern ourselves about? At which point I'm going to quickly look around and kill or attack the one in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go and make your attack.
I'm on it!
Should we be worried? The explosives expert fixing the problem. That's oh boy.
Lexie is suddenly more concerned.
Yeah, that's fair. Go ahead and
so with advantage against this one, 21.
21, that definitely hits. So go ahead and make your damage roll.
I think it's 3d6.
Scythe two-handed. Which one do you have?
The best one.
Right, yeah.
4d6.
4?
D4, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say 44, not 46.
Because I get the extra d4 because my heated blade's still active.
Ah, yes, because that's why.
Yeah.
11.
So 11 points damage.
Ooh, that's not enough to kill it, but yeah, you definitely hit it. Right, and it's got the +2 against you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got +2 against me, but with a 21, I doubt that's going to matter.
It doesn't, no. It brings it to a 17, so 21 still beats.
Second one hit, second attack.
Ooh, unfortunately, that's not enough. Yeah, as you swing through and you sort of like half turn because you're like, I killed it, and you hear the thing sputtering behind you. You're like, what? You like turn around and you try and just make it like an offhanded attack. You're just like, fuck off. And unfortunately, it's not quite enough to kill it, as it manages to just about bring its shields up and sort of scrape under your scythe. Is that you?
Yep, I think that's me, because that's everything.
Yeah, unless you want to move.
No running away.
Okay. Well, in that case, Cladunk, gonna run on up, the one above you, and it is going to make an attack roll against you, which it's going to do expertise plus not plus 85.
Just quickly, if it
yes.
misses, can it hit the other one?
Yes, if it misses, I will make it roll against the one behind you. Okay. Which would be with 3/4 cover, I guess, because you're in the way. That's a roll. Does an 18 miss?
Yes.
Actually,
Yes.
important question. Would an 18 miss without the PA from your armor?
Without my...
Without your PA, because otherwise it's... An 18 would miss just on your agility?
It wouldn't miss on my agility.
Right, because
if it would be 14 on my agility, I think it's +6 on my arm.
Right, okay. In that case, I won't make it roll against one behind you, because that's your armor doing the work, in that case, if that makes sense.
That's fair.
You know what? I'm going to put that in my notes real quick, because that is a thing that I think is a ruling that we should carry. But yes, unfortunately, no. It makes an attack against you, and you try and sort of like kind of dodge out of the way a bit, and you just sort of like backhand this bolt, and it's just dispersed by your armor, and it's not able to do anything, and it's going to duck back behind here.
Lexie gives a middle finger over her shoulder.
You hear this thing, you just middle finger, and your finger's like slightly warm. You're like, oh, it hit my finger, huh? And yeah. Alright, in that case, that makes it Charlissandra, your turn. You're up, you're down here.
I don't know how much movement I have left,
I don't remember, and because
or where the fuck I am.
you're there. And
I know that, yeah, but I don't know where the fuck I am in the space. I don't know where he came from. I don't know where the rest went.
We came
bad
from the
guys
right.
this way. You guys came from this way.
Okay,
Turn left. Yeah.
Let's see, what's actually my speed is 20, so that's 2.
So yeah, we'll call it your full speed just because I don't remember, and I think I made the last movement, so give you the benefit of the doubt there.
Okay. Okay, let's actually do
If I remember correctly, I used my full movement.
5 more.
I believe so, yes.
In fact, no, I think I had one left. But
It was something
Yeah.
it was something like that. It was you basically used all of it.
if I'm going to move again, I need to sprint, pretty much.
Yes, you will need to take another action to properly move. Rules for range attacks. Missing.
Okay. God damn it. Can't. There.
Could you maybe
Um,
add a perk to improve your armor, if that makes sense?
How so?
Like, maybe you get a +1 or +2 or whatnot. Your eye dry as fuck or something.
I might make an unarmored perk essentially.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into it too much. I think armor should be a thing that. So I don't like the idea in a setting like this of essentially the 5e monk where it's like I punch dragons. Like that doesn't really fit with this. Like I punch robots.
So
like
cool.
they're cool and it fits D&D because D&D is just like classic fantasy, but in a space opera it doesn't really work. I think
I was just thinking
Maybe-
you get like a +1 or +2 to your defense, but it would be expensive.
Yeah.
Like it would be 500 and then 1,000, let's say.
yeah.
Or like proficiency to agility and expertise changes your armor class.
Guys, what do I roll again
That's a good
to
one.
shoot? Dex?
Yes, be dexterity.
Basically adds +2 and +3, I guess, or +2.
That is a good idea. I will note that down. Proficiency / expertise in agility adds a bonus to DV.
My suggestion is
Right.
+1 for proficiency and +3 for expertise.
But if you do that, I would recommend making proficiency and expertise more expensive for agility.
It will not be for them, but I might make them overall just more expensive.
Yeah.
The LRB was better than the T6, right?
It
I thought.
depends what you mean better. Why do you have both?
I'm not sure.
LRB and T6 was it?
Yeah, I believe the LRB is yes, it's slightly better than the T6.
It's slightly better, yeah.
Okay,
It's a
what
D8
was there a bonus to it?
They do the same damage. It's the
once
range.
fire, once radiation.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So the bonus is it's your dexterity bonus, plus
So T6 might be better in this case because it's quite close.
either way you'll be in the close range. So yeah, you're gonna get -2 from being in close range.
Fuck. Why did I move so close?
Because well, hang on. Let's see. I think both of them would be within close range because the T6's close range is 20 meters or 20 or 50.
T6 is 20
Oh.
and LRB is 50. So
Yeah.
T6 is better for this sort of fight.
So minus
Yeah.
2 for close range?
I believe so. Yes. You can take a +1 from firing mode if you're doing a single shot, which I believe,
Yeah, single shot.
which they both will be. Actually, I think an LRB might be able to do overcharged burst, which would definitely make it better. Let me check that. Yeah. Okay. So you could do overcharged beam. Which...
I rolled as the ACSS adventure.
Nice. Okay. Well, in that case, you're taking that. So that's because
That's
18.
a minus
that's
1.
18. You've
Yeah.
plus wait. Yeah, plus 10 minus 1? No. What?
What?
You've only added a -1.
Yeah, well, I did have proficiency.
you didn't add your dexterity modifier, nor did you add... you've only added your -1 from that, and you haven't added anything from your...
He
Okay, no,
hits
that... Okay, so you're doing
What?
single shot with... Are you using a type 6 or...
Oh yeah, I didn't do my dexterity. Indeed.
Yeah, it hits.
And that's a +3.
Okay, well, it hits either way, and it's a critical. So go ahead and roll 1d8 for either gun. Actually, pick a gun. Which one are you using? The T6 or the LRB? The LRB does have Overcharge Beam 2, which could do double damage. You won't be able to do it on this shot because you've already rolled.
T6.
T6. Okay, so you go ahead and roll a d8 +1 in this case. Five. Nice. Okay, so yeah, you fire off another shot, and it seems to sort of catch this drone almost unawares as it's facing Kit, and you see it facing sort of down, like essentially down this way, off to the left, into this into the window, and you see this sort of hail of laser fire come across it, and it seems to get its shields up most of the way and duck down, taking a trio of hits, and then you come out of sort of seemingly nowhere as far as it's concerned, and just fire off a shot into the side of it, and you catch it quite good. It's not enough to take it down, but it's a decent hit. All right, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, that brings it to this one. Hey, it's this one. It's gonna keep.
It's aimed at me, to be fair, and I did just whack it.
Yeah, it's going to
Rather
keep.
it hit me.
It's thing. Yes. All right. Disengage. Obviously. It's. No, it's stuck, isn't it? Because these rooms aren't high enough. These side rooms are not high enough. The other ones would be, but these aren't. So.
Yeah, we've pinned it in the corner.
Yeah, you guys have pinned it, so it's not going to do that. What it is going to do, it keeps its shields aimed at you. It's going to take a shot at Seraph, because you got hit last time.
And I've not.
Yes.
It didn't do anything.
So it's going to take its aim action, and these are the ones that only have one firing mode. Yes, they are. So it's going to then take 5. Okay. That's a 16. Seraph, does a 16 hit you? That cable.
Yes, exactly.
16 is your DV? Okay, in that case it beats it. So, that means it has to roll. It's a D6.
It's noob numbers.
No, it's not. It's 2D6.
Noob numbers. Oh.
Calm down. That is 5. You take 5 points of damage, as it just
And
about...
my EA?
Oh, yeah, actually, go ahead and roll EA.
So that's 2d3?
Yes. I should make a macro for that. Ooh!
Oh.
You take, what's that? That's 3. Yeah, you take 3 points of damage from that. Nice. As both your EA seem to kick in, as it just manages to clip you, and you see the sort of the hard light managing to boil off some of the damage before it even manages to get at you. And yeah, it's disappointingly ineffective.
Nice.
Alright, well it's kind of stuck, so it makes it this one's turn, and this one is going to immediately swing around. Both of you did it equal damage. It's going to... It's aware that it dealing with Kit is later, so it's going to take a shot at Charlissandra. Because it can duck out of Kit's way too easily. And it is going to, again, aim and fire. Aim, action, fire, so it's +5. That is, does 22 hit? I assume it does.
I think so. Yeah, my defense is 19.
Oof. Okay, in that case, that is 2d6 7. Okay. Do you have any EA?
What's EA again?
Energy armor. You should have it listed on your sheet if you do.
I don't think I do. I wear like composite.
Light composite. Yeah. Okay. In that case, you don't. You've just got PA. So yeah, it's unfortunately as it fires off at you, you do take all 7 damage. You take 7 points of damage, and it's going to sort of
That's
stun.
going into stun, right?
Yes, on your stun, and it's then going to back away 5 meters, so that it is out of view of the madman with the chain laser. All right.
I'm nothing.
The round.
That is the end of the round. So Give me a sec while I go through and take 10 off all the initiatives.
Do you need a minimum of 10 to be able to, or is there no? Okay.
Yeah, you need a minimum.
Which means yeah, okay.
You need a minimum of 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so basically everything that went into negative doesn't get a turn this round.
Right.
So you're actually good.
Right.
You will continue to get a turn, and right, she's over here, isn't she?
Right.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, you will get a turn. Everything that's on here now gets a turn. I've deleted all the ones that don't get a turn off the
I
tracker.
think we all get another turn, and then there's one that gets another one.
Right.
Yeah, and then the one drone will get one other turn on its own.
Yeah.
It's going to take a shot at you. Okay. Speaking of, it's that drone's turn. So it is going to do the thing. It's going to pop out. I believe at this point it has to spend a move action to do that. So it's just going to take a regular shot at you again, Seraph. So it's only +4 this time. No aim. That's a 14. I assume that misses?
Nope. Yep.
All right. And it's going to duck back into cover. Okay, you're up.
What a little bitch. Okay.
This one in front of you, it just hit you, and you managed to soak most of the hit.
Yeah.
Not most of the hit, just under most of the hit. A lot of it, anyway.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to continue slashing at it again.
Okay, go ahead.
So...
Take a stab.
Again, roll a thing. I have expertise. Submit. Submit. 22.
That'll do it. That's a critical, I believe. Yep.
Yep.
So that is +1 damage. Go ahead and roll damage.
26 plus 1. And then... There you go. I'm going to re-roll that one.
That is a terrible roll once again.
It's the exact same roll he made last time.
Yep. Hey, at least it's consistent.
If you roll another 4. Hey!
So that's,
Nice.
9 damage.
Alright, that is 9 damage. How do you want to do this?
I want to split it, like, top to down.
Okay, yeah. So you just pull up your plasma blade, which is embedded into your arm, and you just over the head just bring it down, so grasping it with your other arm to like put a bit more force behind it and push it down. And you feel some resistance, but you just cleave through this drone, and the two halves clatter to the floor. It is very destroyed. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
So I just used an action, right?
That is one of your 2 actions, yes.
What are my 2 actions? So
It's
I
a
can still
simple
move
action.
and I can't attack again.
You can't make another attack action unless you have the extra attack feature.
Right.
perk.
Question: is
Yes.
grappling attacking?
Yes, it would be considered a form of attack action.
In that case, nah, I'm gonna, yeah. Wait, if a drone, if someone tries to shoot close range, will that put them at disadvantage? At a disadvantage.
It depends on the weapon they're using. With a with a pistol, not really, but anything bigger than a pistol, probably. These drones do seem to be built for close quarters combat, though. They have not been dealing with a disadvantage for being right up in your face.
And do I have the 13 meters like movements now?
How much did you have left? You've got whatever you had left. You could take a movement action to move.
You know what? Nah, that's fine. I'm just gonna
Could
stay
stay there.
where I am. Yeah.
Right. All right. In that case, so that's your turn.
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. That's the end of her turn. She do a sprint.
Is Bree saying anything, or is she just? If that makes sense.
You can hear over the mic, because I assume you guys have more or less an open mic, that she is sort of in the midst of a panic attack.
Alright.
Good.
But she is not saying anything, no. Alright, Kit. You're up.
Yes. as I look over my shoulder, I see that the drone flew away.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call over the open mic. Charlissandra, you take care of that drone. I'll fix the holes.
What holes? This isn't good.
Nothing.
What did you do? We're gonna get to talk about this.
I selectively turn out the captain's signal.
Okay. Take a free action to mute the captain until the end of your next turn. Sure.
Damn it.
Then I'm going to take a sprint action.
Okay.
Just to get to the hole. What's the roll for that? Or is it just...
It is a movement action. It's just a movement action. You just take it.
Okay.
Simple action. You get your movement.
Okay, I get to the hole.
Yes. Okay, so you get here. So, and then you want to see if you can find where they are, yeah? Or are you just gonna place down the thing and?
No, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can find the holes. And if I find any holes that are leaking, I'm gonna take out a bit of my C4, like the clay C4.
Oh my god.
That I can see.
Okay. It will take a simple action to find them, and then plugging the holes will also be a simple action. So you can do one of the two this turn. So you'll have to find them this turn, because you took a movement action to get here. So.
Okay, so if I'm just gonna find the holes this round, I'm gonna take out like a bit of. Basically like a tiny ball of like some gunpowder basically, and light it on fire so that I have a bunch of smoke, and then I can see where the smoke is going.
Okay, that's a pretty good solution. All right. In that case, I will give you advantage on your check because that's a good solution to this problem. I think this would be essentially an investigation check.
So intelligence?
So yes, this will be intelligence, and you will have advantage if you're using smoke to try and suss it out like that.
17.
17? Okay. Yeah, it does seem to be, quite likely, that it's actually quite a lot. Basically, both these two tiles here have been compromised quite badly. There's a lot of holes all over them, within about a meter and a half's radius, just sort of across this wall, where shrapnel has gone into it, essentially, and yeah.
Roughly how many holes?
You're looking at about 30 different holes on 30 to 40, somewhere in that range. It's quite a lot, yeah. Okay. They do seem to be all quite small, but there's quite a number of them.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That's my turn, then.
Yep, that's you. Lexie, you're up then.
Right then. Well, Seraph will see this, but if Kit's muted Lexie, Lexie just sort of storms off this week. See if he fucking kills us, I will be so fucking pissed. This arsehole going to have so many fucking issues, and she's going to sprint this way.
Okay.
Up to this guy and just take out her anger on him.
You are currently stood inside of a server.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
I've still got enough movement to get there. I've got
these things appear to be some kind of server block. You can't stand in these, and these are hot tables, obviously half.
Is a 15.
That unfortunately just misses.
Are the shields on me then?
They are on you, yes. It does appear to be aware and focus. Why are you give me? Unfortunately, that's a miss as well because it's +2.
There's too much swearing for her to hit.
Yeah. In your frustration as you're trying to swing at this and swear at the same time, and unfortunately you're just unable to hit this. And for the first time ever, you can't hit a thing.
Yeah, in one round? Jesus, this is new.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, blind range is
That makes it
not a good frame.
That makes it the last drone on the tracker's turn. Disengage.
Oh no, he doesn't need to disengage. Come on.
And it is it can't move that far. It has only disengage, and it's going to take an attack at you.
On you go, mate.
12.
Felt that one. No.
Whew, if only the 26 had hit. No, unfortunately, yeah, as it takes an attack at you, it's just unable to hit. You manage to, like, this time your armor doesn't even soak it, you just sidestep the shot, seeing it coming. Alright.
Finger in it.
Yeah.
Just, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you in a moment, mate.
Okay, well, I won't roll a new initiative, won't take turns off the initiative, we'll just re-roll everything in a second, because it's just this one drone that gets to go this turn.
Yeah.
Which it's going to do, move up, and it's going to take a shot at you.
Okay, miss and try and get the other one for me, mate.
This,
Do I
yeah.
get 3/4 cover?
No.
Do I get half cover?
No, because the drones are
What cover?
essentially too small to provide
It still
you cover
misses.
from them. It with a 19 still misses. Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah.
So doesn't really matter. Essentially, yeah, this one comes in. It's like close to the ground. The other one's higher up, so it's able to shoot under its ally because these are quite small, especially compared to you guys. So they can fire around each other quite niftily. It's
Like,
almost like they were designed for this. And yeah, it takes a shot at you, and again, you just like, ooh, and just sort of sidestep it. And it's like it catches your shin, but yeah, it's absorbed by your armor. All right, in that case, I need everyone to go ahead and roll me initiative.
Plus agility, isn't it?
It's 3d12 plus your agility. Yes.
So 21.
All right, where is these guys? Okay, they don't get that.
That
So.
was a terrible roll.
So if you have expertise in agility, that doesn't matter, does it?
Not for initiative though.
No. Okay. Cool.
That's why it should be something. 'Cause
Uh,
right now, it's the best thing to
Ooh,
add
nice.
Yeah.
in expertise and dex.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I got the magic number, but that was shite roll.
I think if I add it to your DV, I won't add it to. I won't add it to initiative just because I don't want it to be too good. I want those two to be balanced.
One or the other.
All right, so
Otherwise,
DV
everyone
again?
would just focus on agility.
what?
Maybe?
What was
Yargon.
PV again?
It's
Your-
your defense value, my dude.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe, Yargon.
Yes.
Add the bonus to defense on endurance for expertise and proficiency,
And
and then add the
of course she rolls really fucking good. Maybe.
Oh no, that's.
I
lava, isn't
don't
it?
think that really works because your DV is
Yeah.
avoiding getting hit as opposed to tanking hits most of the time. Armor tanks
Yeah.
hits, but you don't.
fair enough.
So yeah, no, I don't think that hits. But yeah, okay. So let's and descending, which puts her first. Okay.
Go
Obviously.
first.
Take out the sniper, I guess. Shoot the rail.
Yeah.
Through the station. I was about to say ship again.
Don't punctuate the,
Okay,
the station
and-
anymore. I think you can take it.
You do. Ooh, that's always great. Ooh, that's just enough. Okay.
Just enough. Okay.
Yes, 11's just enough. She is opening doors.
Right.
Yeah, she's a sniper. She's getting into a position to snipe at things because as much as she's panic attack, she does have some training with a sniper. She's not abandoning you guys. She's just really not good at close quarters. Seraph, it is your turn.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn around because that's where I thought where Seraph thinks the last one was, and I'm going to.
Yeah, there is one that's been sort of popping around the corner and fucking shooting at you.
Yeah. Can I do this? Wait. Can I do that?
You can't technically move through this tile here.
Okay, so let's do that again.
You have to go like there,
And
which is the same
diagonal.
distance.
Oh, okay. Right, so I'm gonna do that first and
Mhm.
see where I am. If I can fucking click on the.
Error keys exist.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Here.
There we go.
Okay. I noticed that there are two.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've got the one on the left.
Going to fucking bludgeon this one because it's been pinging me for the past God knows how long.
It
By
has
the way,
been
that's
doing that,
that's 12 meters because I just
yes.
one more tile.
yeah. And also the like 2 or 2 meters you move before that. That's your movement, I think.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Right. Okay, that's your full. All right. And you're going to take an attack action, so go ahead.
Yes. Roll a thing. I have expertise. So that's 3. Met. Oh, come on.
Unfortunately, with the 12, you're unable to, as you bring up your plasma blade, this one seems to have seen you use it before, and seems to have figured out that staying low seems to provide it some benefit from you, and as it stays close to the floors, you have to sort of stab down at it with a quite tall, lanky frame. You're unable to actually manage to land a hit, as it manages to just give itself just that edge and duck out the way. Is there anything else you want to do, or is that you?
Is there? Can I Zavras it and try to like analyze it, or is that not something I can do? Like its movement, try to predict what it's about to do, or some shit like that.
Not really.
No. Okay. Well, that's my turn then.
Like, not in a way that provides any mechanical benefit, like Zavras does, essentially.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. Kit, it is your turn. You're up.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Would Kit be like, yeah, I can't plug all these holes with C4?
You could do it. It would take a complex action, but you could do it. So essentially both actions this turn. But you could.
You know what? For the memes, he's gonna do that.
Okay.
He's also gonna wire them up because of habit, but yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you'll have to spend your entire turn this turn doing that.
Yeah.
You're not sure how well it will hold.
Yeah.
Just because it is a malleable substance, so you're not sure how well it will hold. It may just get sucked out in space. That is an option.
Am I gonna try with one and like see basically does it get sucked out to space, or is it like it basically gets pressured into? Yeah.
I mean, it would be based on the pressure. So.
But yeah, can I roll like I guess technical physics to basically see if it would work?
Or technical engineering, that would also work.
I'd say technical engineering, but yes. Yeah, go ahead and give it a technical engineering. 15. Maybe. It's very iffy. There is a chance, especially, like, with one, you think 1 or 2, probably, but by the time you've got, like, all of these in, essentially the pressure on each one will be
too much.
It'd be too much. It'd be, like, each individual one will sort of slowly get more pressure, essentially, against them as the release.
Then I'm just gonna use my
and then it'll probably fail.
EVA, emergency EVA bubble, put it on the wall.
Yeah, okay, so you just clip that to the wall.
Yeah, and put it basically here.
Okay.
And activate it.
Alright, and that is a... No. Hang on, what fucking... It tells you, doesn't it? Shift and Alt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out how to make bubbles. Okay, so, you want to put it where, like, here?
But yeah, on this corner, basically, where...
Okay, so like there.
Yeah.
Right, like, well, a bit... You'll need to put it, like, there-ish, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you sort of you place that down, and the bubble appears, and you suddenly start feeling the pressure drop. With now a confined space, yeah, the pressure's definitely dropping here. And then after a few moments, it seems to stop because there's only a small area on the far side of the ship. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't because it's in shadow.
Yeah.
No, because there's projectors up. So yes, so it would. Essentially, it is actually projecting through the ship as well because the way these projectors work. So yes, it definitely drops, but it doesn't drop to 0, and it does stop.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of the bubble.
Yeah, as you step out, there's this sort of hiss.
Is that a can I get another movement to basically?
Yeah, that would be a simple action. Just activate those.
Yeah.
It's one action. I mean, they're specifically designed to be easy to use. You know, so you activate it and then place it on the wall, and it does the rest.
Yeah.
And then
now I'm gonna turn back the comm, unmute the captain.
Okay.
And say to him, basically say, to her, sorry. Well, basically say over the open channel. We no longer have space leak. The only thing is we have a bit more space in here.
Fucking hate you, Kit.
That's fair.
We're going to need to talk about this in a moment. 2 seconds though, I've got things to kill.
Is that the end of your turn, Kit?
Yep. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just choosing single actions.
Okay. You don't have to use a second simple action to move because you've got your movement because you rolled initiative again.
Right. Then I'm just gonna
So
hold an action to basically, if anything comes into view, then I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, yeah, that works. In that case, Lexie, you're up.
Lexie's going to march over to this guy.
Oh no.
See if you fucking miss this time, you mate. You're going to fucking die. I'll tell you that. And she's going to swing at him. Fucking hell. She's getting more pissed.
That's not right.
That's not right. It's a super critical either way.
What?
It is a super critical.
That's going to be a 24.
Right. Okay. 20. Yes. 24. Not. Yes. So 24 hits, and it is double damage because it's a super critical.
So do I roll 8 dice or 4 dice?
Or
is it dealer's choice?
It would be, I guess technically it would be 8.
Looking forward to this.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking whether your thing actually rerolls. Last 2 obviously you can't reroll.
Last 2.
Yeah,
Alright.
your heat thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you can reroll one of those though. That actually really sucks because they're the ones, which I just realised. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fucking.
So that's
okay.
20 points. Just like, fuck you, mate. Just flash down trying to cleave it in half or something.
Yeah, so you do. You just cleave it in half because it has 20 hit points. And you just cleave this thing to pieces. Like just in 2 pieces. And you see this like smouldering line as it is, you know, like along the edge there's just this smouldering line where the heat blade on the scythe seems to have really done its work this time. Like you're not convinced about how effective it actually is against automatons like this, but no, that worked quite well.
Yeah, she'll then march forward to this guy and just like, fucking hell, cunt, you're next.
Alright. Okay, Charlissandra. Rick, you are up. Cool. Hello. Yes, wakey wakey.
Hello.
You're up. Rick, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
Look,
I know.
you're up.
It's 10 here.
Yes. So,
10 even.
Well, it's your turn.
it's also your turn. So, what are you doing?
I was still like half awake, but I missed it. It was my turn. Shooting again.
Okay, go ahead. You could use you could use the other gun, the LRB. It does have overcharged beam if you would like to use that, which does I believe more damage, but there is a chance it will overheat.
Sure.
Okay. So it would be Dex take 2, and you would not get your +1 on this one.
Okay.
So just Dex take. So yeah, roll stat Dex take 2, and then it's in here somewhere. Sorry, let me find it. Ring modes. Those are things. That is an 18. That'll do it. That'll just about do it. And the thing with overcharged beam is X times the amount of ammunition listed. So you use 2 shots to do it, but you also do, I believe, overcharged beam. You choose a number of them. Yes. Okay. X times the weapon's listed damage on 1 degree of success. Yeah. Okay. So you get 2 degrees of success. But doesn't matter. You get 1. So you basically roll double damage, which in this case it's got a +1. But that's not your listed damage. Your listed damage is, I believe, a D8. So it's 2d8 +1 in this case. And this is radiation damage. 13. That is quite gnarly. Also, I need you to roll me a D6. On a, I believe it is a Yeah, lifesteal not equal to X, the weapon overheats and can't be fired next turn is most cool. So basically, on a 2 or on a 1 or a 2, the weapon will overheat, which it doesn't. It seems to. You feel the barrel get hot, but it seems to manage to cool off this turn just fine, as you deal 13 points of damage, which is enough actually. This drone has turned its shields to face you as it backed away. But you manage to power through them. You see the shield, the hard light, just shatter like glass, as it kind of has a tendency to do. And as it brings it in front of its eye in the front, and you just boil out this eye, and you see the sort of the glass case on that just again begin to boil as you hit it, and it just blows a hole through it, and you see all the components on the inside begin to fry. And there's a brief moment where it sort of hangs in the air with this sort of hole through it, and begins to drift away. As actually, it begins to drift away from you quite fast as sort of the gases of everything expanding as it's vaporized this hole through it. And it begins to sort of drift away from you, definitely dead.
Good.
Okay,
Yeah, sure. That's my turn for now.
Okay, don't want to move or anything?
No. Not yet.
Righty. In that case, it is the one facing you guys. It is going to make an attack against.
Considering she just killed the other one.
No, it's going to continue to attack. Seraph. That's your name. And it'll be same. It's taken aim, so +5 is 16. Does a 16 hit Seraph? Who is muted? That cable.
Sarah.
Sorry,
He's also asleep.
I just need to move around.
Sure.
Right.
He just fell asleep like I did.
No, he didn't.
I can't fucking 3D Max open up for no reason.
Oh, so there goes your computer for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. 2 instances. Why? Fuck off.
Oh, there goes your computer for the next half hour.
No. I have it.
Hey, Netcable. This is why you should use a good modeling program.
Go fuck yourself.
I have magic in mind. Go fuck yourself. I can summon images out of thin air.
No, that's fine. Actually, I do agree. Blender's magic now. And I watched the video you posted. That's fucking awesome.
It's fucking sorcery.
Yeah, it actually is. The edits you did, fucking top notch shit.
Thanks. I don't know what I've done. I'm like,
God damn it. God fucking damn. Why are my rolls being gradually getting worse?
What?
Is that a hit?
Have you seen my rolls?
it's not your turn, my dude.
It is my. You said it was my turn.
No, I asked if a 16 hit. You're being shot.
Yeah, okay, exact, yeah.
16 does
Paying
hit.
attention! Yay!
Hey! Okay, you take... go ahead and roll 2d3 against 6.
Right, so then one second.
For you.
2d3.
Yes.
And then
Just 2d3.
2d3. Let's try that. Nice.
Ooh. Okay, you take 4 points of fire damage. As it does seem to hit you. Alright.
4.
Okay, so next turn is her turn. She moves up here. She is going to make a strength check. She is unable to. Okay. She wastes her turn trying to do that. She will try again next turn. Alright, so now we need to go through and...
What is she doing?
She's trying to open a door.
Oh.
The DC 10.
I guess you can't tell me.
Her strength?
Yeah.
Yeah, not good.
Not good, okay.
Lilo will be back shortly. She'll be joining you for.
Oh, will she?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Joining in what?
Alright, so basically she'll probably be in after the end of this combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, after.
Cool.
Alright. Oh. Okay, I should have taken turn off the initiative before her turn. Oops. Seraph, it's your turn.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's now your turn. Now you can make an attack.
Okay.
We're not using the 15, so go ahead and make another roll.
Yep. Expertise, submit, And
Also, Lewis, you saw the drone turn its shields towards you. That does hit.
does an 18 hit?
Yes, it
Okay,
does.
that's it. Right, that's 2d6, no bonus, and okay, I'm gonna reroll that one. D6. That's F6, not D6. I'll take that.
Ooh. So that's what? It's basically 2 more.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good hit as you as you like bring your like plasma blade down and cleave into the side of it again. As I say, it seems to have been paying now some attention to Lexie, and that's maybe enough to swing it a bit. As yeah, you cleave into it. It's not able to just get under your aim this turn.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. I assume that's you.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah. Okay. Kit, you're up then.
I'm gonna move up here. Yeah, the drone is dead.
Does appear to be dead, yeah.
Charlissandra. And I'm just gonna call over the coast, be like, so any more drones?
I don't know.
Glad that the two who are facing a drone are not responding. That's good.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, good job, everyone, good job. Okay.
Who are facing a drone?
5 people are talking at the same time. What the fuck is going on?
Lexie and Seraph are facing the drone, but neither of them responded to any more drones, so Kit now believes there are not any more drones.
Lexie just Lexie finally realising what Kit says just goes, there is one, but it won't be there much longer.
Yeah. This one seems a bit dinked.
Kit is gonna this has already started before people like actually responded because it took a while. Started like picking up basically sheet metal, like just metal pieces from the drones that has been kind of destroyed, like screws and like small odd stuff that he can more permanently patch up the holes with.
All right, okay. You probably want to go in here for that one because that's where you utterly destroyed one with a grenade, and there'll be a lot of good stuff in there.
It's gonna basically go around there and start picking up stuff.
All right, okay. So that's your actions this turn. Okay, Lexie, you're up.
I think we both know what Lexie's about to do.
Run away and hide.
Yeah, I wanted to say that.
Miss horrifically.
Like drastically? What the fuck? Actually, 15.
Be her pants.
Misses.
I get advantage.
It misses. It's got its shields at you. That's a 17.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, unfortunately you can't hit this thing. Oh my god. Oh my god!
That's worse. Okay.
Yeah.
Lexie is unable to hit today. Holy hell, okay.
Lexie's not having a good fucking day. She is really pissed now.
You just destroyed one. You cleave through the last one like a motherfucker. But you can't get through this one apparently. Charlissandra, it's your turn. There's nothing Lexie could do apparently. What would you like to do?
Where's the noise coming from?
For
the fighting?
Where the
up here.
swearing's coming from.
Okay. 7.
Can I tell whether Lexie's face is like completely red with rage?
She's not rage, she's just pissed off.
Basically, yes.
Okay, and that's all I can do. I'm out of
as you walk past Kit,
movement.
This way.
Floating around, picking up, and just leisurely kind of humming to himself.
Yeah.
You could take like an action to get more movement. How does this work again?
You can take up to 3 actions across your turns to get extra movement. Yeah.
I take an action, and that gives me like
Your base movement again. Yeah. Like a D&D dash, but it's a simple action, so you could still attack afterwards or whatever. It's coming from the right.
So you can dash attack, right?
No.
Can you only do dash attack?
Dash attack.
Aha!
On your left. Yeah.
Can I shoot at it safely?
You can do, but it will get a bonus to its DV. It'll get 3/4 cover from, essentially.
Sure.
From Seraph.
This lanky twat. It's actually walking half of it.
I'll take it.
Or 3/4.
Yes, proficient.
Which gives it a +5 to its DV.
Aim. That's a thing, right? But it takes an action.
Please don't
That is an
fail.
action, yes. You... You yeah. You get a +1 if you use single shot, or you can again go for the double damage and use overcharge beam.
Single shot.
Okay. So it will just be a -1 from your range. So
Oof.
unfortunately, with a 6, you miss. Your
Be that guy, but do
I
need
don't
to
see
roll
a 6. I only see a 21.
a 6 and a 21. Roll 1 and roll.
No, I
roll
don't
2.
see the 6. That must be
Okay.
some weird bug.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do. Yeah. It's
What hit?
no. It does not hit. It doesn't hit Seraph.
End of turn.
Actually, what would be required to hit? What do you have
Super
to
crit
roll?
fail. A super crit fail. I would probably just be like, in this case, I'd probably just be like, yeah, that hits you.
Okay.
Roll damage against, but like, because that's what it's a 1% chance. No, sub 1% chance in this case. So I think something like that's a bit fair. But on a one
that's
on one of
fine.
them, nah. No. Yeah. So the shot sort of in your efforts not to hit Seraph, it goes wide, and unfortunately, it's just too much cover. You can't get around him. Which brings
Damn it, Seraph.
us to this drone's turn.
I fully blame Seraph. Let it be known.
Okay. Well, it really doesn't have much of a choice. It really needs to kill Seraph.
Okay.
So it's going to do that thing where it tries to do that. That's a 13, so it misses.
Yep.
Okay. So that brings to the end of the tracker. I won't bother taking 10 because I don't think it's going to live that long, but we'll see. Ray is going to, again, try this roll again. Technically she shouldn't do, but okay, no, okay, well, that didn't work for her. Seraph,
Yes. It's my turn?
it's your turn. Yeah, you're on 3.
Okay. I have 3. Okay.
Initiative is 3.
That's good to know. It's the amount of initiative I have in real life. No,
No, it's not. That's 3 too
That's-
many.
Yeah.
Too many. Like 2. Still pushing it.
1.
-1. That might be about right.
No, that's me. Let's not get this wrong.
um.
What you doing?
Okay.
Is it stabbing? Is it running
uh,
away?
Is it
I'm
stabby,
kind of.
stabby or runny.
Well, I was thinking grabby, but
You could certainly try. What you doing? Stabbing or grabbing?
I want.
Make a choice.
Well,
You get
let me.
advantage for stabbing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just stab. I'm not gonna do something fancy. Fuck it.
Okay. I'm disappointed in you. Go ahead.
Go patronize.
I'm not patronising.
patronize?
I'm not patronising you. I'm just
By the way,
disappointed in your miss. That's it's what 19? Yeah, you hit.
Yeah, okay.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah, as you bring your plasma blade down.
Something?
+1. Yeah, because it's crit.
I learned like a word watching a guy confront
words?
Indian scammers.
That's
Yeah.
Okay.
Benchot.
Which
Oh
mean?
yeah, that means sister fucker.
I know, yeah.
Oh. Is that
Oh,
casualty
that
then?
was an accident. That was an accident.
He keeps calling them like, hey, Benchot.
Yeah. Bucking up that roll. 1 second. There we go.
Right.
There. Oh, nice. That's,
Okay.
That must mean he's kind of dead.
That is enough to do it. Yeah, you cleave into this drone.
Yeah, let it be known that I am trying to avoid its. This time I'm trying to avoid its the core thing that we were picking up.
Okay, yeah.
Give you a hint, with the way Lexie's feeling, that's not gonna matter.
As you cleave into this, we're out of combat.
Nice. Now, I want to see those holes. I'm gonna turn around and go straight for that.
Lexie then get in her pissed off rage, just cuts the rest of it up, just like fuck you, you little cunt.
We could make some.
Lois?
On that. I mean, Cap. You know, maybe don't.
After it's destroyed, Lexie just walks away like, I feel better after that.
Okay, so where did...
Why are you my captain?
Ray, go.
When you were over here in the corridor, Ray ran past you south, and then you didn't see where she
Where
went after.
south?
Is she still struggling with the door, by the way?
This way. You don't know. You don't. You
Lex-
hear her like
Wait, what?
trying to calm herself down.
Lex is going to go over the comms. Hey, Ray, where are you? Just so I can come and talk. And Lex is going to head back to the main sort of area. And find her.
That's a car.
Kit is going to just
She
after
doesn't.
like gathering up a bunch of bolts and stuff, just putting it in the holes, and then taking out his beamer and kind of just melting the tip of it, so that it throws the proper seal.
Okay. Mark off 1 ammo usage for the beamer. But yeah, okay, yeah, no, that's a yeah. So yeah, you can do that. Take a bit of time and completely seal it, and it holds. You're not sure how long it'll hold for, but it'll hold for while you're here. You just don't know if it'll stand up to time like the rest of the station has.
I'm also going to just leave the bubble up there until we leave. So.
All right, yeah, okay. You leave the bubble there. Lexie, you don't get any response from Ray. She seems to be in the middle of a panic attack, and people don't really respond when that's happening.
Liz, do you know where Ray is?
No. What? Which one was south again, Yargon?
Okay. You were here, facing that way, where the arrow is.
I don't see you.
You can see
Where?
that.
Oh, there. Yes, there.
She ran this way, past you. And then went this way through
Somewhere
the door.
this way.
Back
Okay.
towards the ship, essentially.
Lex is going to head that way and try and find her.
Okay.
I'm just gonna call her and come like, everything is fine.
Liz, if you want to stay here and watch this, I'll go deal with Ray, if that's okay.
Okay.
You see the light,
Yeah.
like, shining against the wall up there. She's on the left.
She's on the left.
Yeah.
More up here.
Yeah.
Alright.
Question.
Right.
She has her back, like, against the wall and is, like, clutching her sniper rifle, like, clearly, like, in the middle of a panic attack.
Right. I'll deal with that after she returns her.
Yes.
Going to go now, or...
Well, let's see. So, what is everyone else, sort of doing just now?
I'm just watching these idiots fix the holes.
Well,
Okay,
I'm
well,
not going to be fixing the whole
Kit-
because he's clearly done it.
Yeah, Kit
I'm gonna
quite
salvage
effectively fixes the hole.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm going to salvage these drones for parts. I'm going to also start salvaging the thrusters. I'm going to see if I can eventually find a way to attach them to myself.
All right.
Just
like-
millions of thrusters attached
Yes.
to yourself, and they're like, wow.
I want to fly.
That's an idea. Okay.
Yeah, like,
Lewis.
Grab those as well, and
As the only one who'll get this,
Yeah.
Fly.
the robot
away.
is trying to meld more rockets to itself. This does seem to be a running theme with SNL.
Yes, it does. More rockets. Jesus Christ. Are we going to have another...
Are we gonna have another one?
Wait,
What?
who's the previous one? I want to know what the previous one was. Who?
A guy called Josh. You've never met him. He was from school. He was in the very first ever game. So Lewis got the original crew. Lewis was there as well. Josh, Lewis, and Connor. And he played an AI by the name of Roberto.
Okay, of
ha, ha.
course.
And
Yeah.
This was before the meme. Okay.
Yeah,
you went
and
with
he.
a jetpack to the back of them and did like haymakers and like roundhouses across the room.
Yeah, they got given jetpacks at one point because they had to infiltrate a 500-story building, and they had to jump off. They had to go in from the top and then jump off the top and land and get away. And so the jetpacks were their escape. And what he did instead was he immediately took it outside and was like, "I'm a hard mech AI," and just welded it to his back, and tied the controls into himself so that he could activate it basically with his mind whenever he wanted to.
Right.
And so what he did was he would like run at people and just activate the jetpack, fly across a room, and just rocket punch them. Just
The rocket sword.
and
Can I
he-
do that?
you
Just super fucking slice.
you can certainly try. It'll be
Oh.
quite difficult, but it's an option.
Well, I have two
I mean-
engineers and plus myself to,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean more that to actually get proficient with something like that, I would say that's maybe some kind of fighting style that at this point if you want to do that as well, I'm considering making rules for this. Make this a legitimate thing you can do.
Yes.
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
An AI only or something. That's fucking amazing.
No, just like jetpack fighting.
Yeah, like
Rocket punch and then rocket slice.
essentially, like I think AI only is
Justifying monks
or like
there.
hard like AI. Well, it's not going to justify monks, but the idea of some kind of like I guess. Oh fuck! I don't want to justify monks, but martial arts based on jetpacks is going to be a fucking thing.
Okay.
Yes.
I need to add martial arts. Let me add.
This is gonna be like an archetype, isn't it? It's gonna be an archetype.
It's going.
The way of the blaring thruster.
Oh
That, by the way, is the official name because that's amazing.
Yeah, that is a good name, right?
my god.
Right. Okay.
Oh, wait.
So that's been added to my to-do list notes. So.
I know what my next monk character is gonna be.
Oh god. For now, net cable. You want to
Yes.
net cable? Sorry, Seraph. You would like to attempt to salvage these drones.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and make a. This will be a. I believe.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Can I
Intelligence
help
investigation.
Him, can I help him like halfway pin? Like, oh, grab that thing as well. I need that one. And kind of over my shoulder as I'm like welding shit.
Yes, you can. So go ahead and do that with advantage. It'll be you rolling, but he can give you advantage.
Right.
While that's happening, Charlissandra, what are you doing?
Ooh, nice.
I
Ooh,
can't
that's a
help
critical.
with
Oh,
the
super critical,
drone,
nice.
And I can't really help with the hole, so...
Well, you can help.
Watching?
You can still help. Like 3 people is still just 1 advantage, which is what you've rolled. You can still help.
You can spin
I
it
mean,
with
I'm
buttons.
not proficient with the robots and stuff, so...
That doesn't matter.
That's fine.
Well,
we can
but-
You don't have to be.
Oh, okay.
Because he could just show you the part and be like, hey, rip this out of them.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
you just go do
Yeah,
that.
she could definitely do
I like the idea of like
that.
Kit is just pointing out stuff that Seraph needs to get. Seraph is just like removing them and just
Yeah.
chucking them to Charlissandra, which is just like holding this massive just pile of stuff.
Yeah.
Liz,
Okay,
you
so-
would have done that with Lexie at least once or twice. She would have just like,
Also
"You
probably
do
true,
this
yeah.
and do this for me.
Yeah, you've probably been roped into the workship a number of times.
No, yeah, fair enough, I guess.
So,
she's like the help with this, so like
Yeah.
all this, get me that. She's like,
yeah. So, Seraph, are you searching just these 4 drones here, or you're searching all of them, yeah?
I'm searching pretty much all of them, yeah.
Okay. Are you going into the top bit here and the ones up here as well?
Yeah, whichever ones
okay.
that have like salvageable parts. If like the
Alright,
one,
okay.
the last one that Lexie destroyed, not gonna bother.
Okay.
Just
That's fair. Unfortunately, the 4 here, yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing salvageable on these 4.
oh.
These were all taken out by a grenade. Things taken out by a grenade
That's
tend to be very unsalvageable. However,
Yeah.
this one here, you managed to get the pulse core and also the thruster out of. Despite being a very good shot straight through the middle, it managed to miss both of those critical components. The pulse core's actually slightly underneath, and the thruster's actually kind of into the top of the drone. So yeah, it actually manages to. It's not a thruster; it's an impulse module. But you get both of those out, and you go around, and you can also pick up another. So you can pick up 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you pick up 3 more pulse cores, and you can also pick up the 3. 4 pulse cores. 4.
Okay.
And 6
down,
in.
by the way.
Hmm?
Seraph, are you writing this down?
Yes.
Yeah. So-
Actually, you didn't. Hex, you had some stuff that you salvaged before, right?
Yeah, I think it was 1. I need to actually look it up.
Yeah, you got
you
you got
guys-
pulse core, I believe.
Yeah.
Like I think it
Wonderful.
was you had 3. Maybe you should note
Yeah,
it down.
I got the pulse core.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause-
just then you note it down. That way we
Okay,
have
Okay,
everything.
so if you note
So
down,
how many?
so you get 4 more pulse cores, and whoever wants to note it down as well. You also managed to, including these ones. One of these here actually was, I believe, killed by Ray with her sniper
Yeah.
rifle. Unfortunately, the remains were obliterated by the grenade. But so that's kind of destroyed. There's also this one up here, which is super destroyed. However, you go around all the others. Lexie, again, has managed to destroy it, but there is 6 impulse cores. which you can get.
Okay, so those are the
impulse modules.
thrusters.
Yeah, call them impulse modules, not
I'll
impulse
write them
core.
down. I have them down.
Also,
Okay.
since we have them,
Mhm.
can I figure out how they exactly work? Like how the impulse cores propel these things?
Go ahead and make an a technical engineering in this case.
Technical engineering, so
I-
plus 1.
Yeah, technical engineering.
So that's 4 plus 1, and then yeah, that should be fine.
Mano.
Oh, come on.
13. Unfortunately, you're not really sure. These things seem to be pretty complicated, and looking them over, and they are an enclosed unit, so similar to how like a power supply in a computer is just a box that you plug in and then it's got wires coming out of it. It's a similar thing. It's this sort of box, which you can go through some of the broken ones and look in it, but yeah, it's not something you can figure out just by looking at it. And unfortunately, you'd need more time and some tools to take it apart properly and have a look and see if you can understand it. It's unfortunately not something you can figure out by looking at it.
That's fair.
We have a workshop. So.
Yeah, you can definitely have a look and go through it. And Kit and Lexie together, they probably have a rough understanding how these things work because that's sort of their field.
You said that we could make them. So.
Yeah, theoretically, it's something that you would likely be able to make. You'd know that much, even if you don't know how to make them currently. You probably can find instructions and stuff. However, so at this point, I think we're going to go for a break here, and because Lilo's coming back, so we'll pick up when she's back. So it'll be a long break, but we'll go for a break just here.
Okay, that's fine.
So, catch you in the next one. Future me taking notes, and maybe Lilo. Sure, scary. 2 views. How dare we?